Some of the best yet. Some of the best yet. They bite like that, like that, like that. Big bass, double digits.
Kick up the fire right on top.
Low fall blast off, time to get some cast off. Doing this here for years, get my pass on. Stream mask on, putting in work. Snap back, got me focused, never settle on a shirt. I miss.
I'm good, thank you.
You're good? I'm good, thank you.
What's up, my man? Oh, dude, look at these guys. Here at the performance booth.
Yep.
This is where it goes down. What is what? What are you gonna catch with that? Sharks?
No. Fucking bass. Fuck yeah,
Dude, he just picked up a couple too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's fishing tomorrow.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, same here, bro. Where are you fishing next? Oh, no.
Hopefully with you. Got him cooking too.
Hey, let me know, man.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'm shooting up north to fish NorCal for the next 6 weeks. So.
We're from the Central Valley, so.
Oh, where?
I drove up
okay.
Fresno, Visalia area.
I just fished Lake Success last weekend.
No, you didn't.
What's up, man?
Serious?
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, that's like 20 minutes from my house.
Sure, man. Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, man, that's funny. It's not a boob, but.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
That's old school too. I've had that for a while. Where are you guys from?
San Diego.
Oh, okay. You're local. Sick.
Live right here too, or what?
Yeah, I just moved back to SoCal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you know, I'll be here in SoCal when I'm not traveling. I'm going to be traveling a lot. So we're not going to be home that much. But yeah, it's good to be home.
If you were to give me one tip for fishing, what would it be?
What's your goal? What do you want to do? You just want to catch them? You want to catch a big one?
A big one. My PB right now is a 6-pounder.
Okay, that's a legit PB. Where do you fish?
Usually I go to just Lake Paris.
Okay. Man, they eat the swim bait there. There's plenty of videos of me doing it.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them all. So.
You know, and we're going to be doing more of this stuff on YouTube to like go over like some of the fundamentals. You know, that'll help you guys like use these high-end baits. But like you can start small. Like they have some cool baits in here that are cheap. You just got to stay focused, man. You know, you want to fish over 6, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be able to like mentally commit to that and be okay if you're not catching like the 2 and 3 pounders, because that's what it takes. So like when I went to Success, I was after a big one. I didn't get a single bite in 4 days, but I was cool with that because I learned the lake. I was like, oh dude, they're here.
That's where I've caught most of my big fish.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
I put in the time.
The timing is everything. So you know, you gotta put time on the water. You gotta learn the lake, and just be okay with failing. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. Like it used to bug me because like growing up fishing Paris, we catch 20, 30, 40, but like dude, they're dinks.
Yeah, they're small.
You know? And then like after a while it's like, dude, no one cares about those. You catch 300 of them, no one cares. You know, but you catch that 6.5, 7-pounder, it's like you remember those fish. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. That's why it's special. So that's the biggest tip I give you, brother. Just be stubborn enough to make it happen. Yeah, that's all.
Well, thanks for the tip,
Hey,
Oliver.
brother. Good to meet you, man.
You too.
It's nice seeing you, bro.
Hey, same here, brother. Yeah, let me know. I'll be up in like the Sac area, fishing Malones, Comanche, Berryessa, all that stuff. I'd love to help you put one in the boat on it. He's seen me catch a few of them last year on it. I've just seen the videos.
Oh, I've seen the videos.
Yeah, it's legit. Which one's getting flipping?
The moderate.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I like. Oh, really? Okay.
So, like I said, you were talking to that guy, just put in the time. And my last fish on Success, that was the biggest one I caught this year, was 7.5 pounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a few fish on the A-rig and stuff, you know?
Said, he goes, everyone I talked to, that was the
fishing a big bait. Like,
That's one of my home lakes, and I'm telling you, like, there's big fish there at Success and Kuya.
oh, big fish in Kuwait, too.
There's big fish in there, man. I've seen them.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen them.
Oh, I've seen them on the craft. I'm like, oh, dude, they live here.
Let's go hang out for a
Just
while.
gotta
Let's go
wait
hang
until
out.
it actually
All right.
pops. That's cool, bro.
I don't know. It's a pleasure to see you.
Hey, same here, man. Hey, when you catch one, freaking send me the pics. DM me or whatever. Tag me. Let's see it.
I see you, bud.
Yeah, same here, man. You guys working hard? How are they working?
Hey man, it comes in flashes.
Yeah? Has it been good? How's this thing been doing?
Don't hold any prices ridiculously low.
Whatever.
It's going. You're right in a little bit of a low.
Oh, good.
Stick around.
Good.
Just pass.
So, you know, we're trying to document it a little bit, share with people that aren't from the West Coast. This is our biggest show on the entire West Coast.
Yeah.
Wow. And Mark, how long have you guys been doing this show?
23 years. I've missed it. I think one year.
They bumped you guys over a little bit this year, huh?
You know, every year they move us around in the Fred Hall show, so our booth numbers kind of moves one spot, but we're bigger this year. We're 40 feet, so it's in the always in the 600.
Okay.
So if you guys are out in California in March, it's the first Wednesday in March, come down and check it out. It's a pretty cool show.
So
Yep. Go back to me.
and the comments, you know, all that stuff helps. So yeah, if there's stuff you like to see or want to see, just throw it up there. You know, you can always use ideas.
Sure, I learned a lot already.
Oh, cool, man.
All right, thank you, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Enjoy the show. Thank you, brother. Performance Tackle Booth. You guys are familiar with my man here, C's, LBC's, little 4-part mini-series we did with him. And
Big
the
man,
man,
Newman.
why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Matt.
He's Matt Newman, man. Don't.
Here on the
Humble
west,
man.
Here on the West Coast, this man's a legend, an OG. You know, I was trying to talk him into doing something similar that we did with Chris. So, how you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I really am. I saw Chris's thing. I thought it was so different. He's doing great things in the industry, but I saw what he did. Instead of just fishing, which we got to, we had good industry insight, and I thought it was really neat.
Yeah, I think more so than industry, like a little personal insight, you know, like the young man that just wanted to take a picture of Oliver, you know. Yeah, he follows him because you fish and you do well, you know, but like I think what's more important is to know the person as well as the fisherman, you know. We're fishermen second, at least in my eyes, and human beings first, and you know, I like to surround myself with positive, forward-thinking men like these guys, and it rubs off on me at least, you know. Hopefully it can rub off on
where
you.
the spoons at? It just got really deep in here.
They might be in the bargain bin.
But you know, Matt's super accomplished on the West Coast Tournament Trail, the trophy fishing, Big Bait Posse OG here. These guys inspired me when I was younger to do what I'm doing now and chase big fish and you know, put my own twist on what I saw the guys that came before me doing. And I think that's important.
I think you've taken it to the next level. We were stuck in California, and we always talked and dreamt about, I bet we could go back east and do this at other lakes, but it was such a, no, there's no big fish back there, no one fish swim baits. And then Oliver goes back there, and instantly I saw these giants. I was like, oh, we blew it. So he's taken it to the next step, and I think it's really cool, and it's been fun to watch his progression. So I think I'm learning more from him now.
Oh, that's crazy, man. This guy's seen a world record spot caught with Paul. You know, he's had an incredible day on one of my favorite lakes in the world, Lake Casitas back in the day. Tell us about that day with the hoodie, man.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
I had rolled up to the lake after a storm, and the lake had come up about 20 feet, and it was mud.
And what year was this?
This was in 04.
Oh, wow.
2004.
Okay.
There was not a soul in the lake, and I couldn't get anyone to go with me because the fishing sucks, the water's muddy. So I went by myself. My first cast, I pulled it to a point that I fished previously, so I knew it dog-legged because it come up so much. My first cast, I got bumped, just a bump. And I almost put that rod down thinking it was a small fish. Decided to make another cast, and it was an 8-pounder. So it was pretty cool. I called the guy who I begged to go with me, but I just got an 8-pounder. Next cast was a 10-pounder. Next cast was a 12-pounder. 27 casts later, 27 fish. My best 5 was 58.
Yeah.
And 27 casts. Not one fish under 8. They were all 8 to 12. They were all 10 to 12 after the first 8.
See, it's stories like that ruin it for the rest of us on the West Coast, because like everybody that hears a story like that, it's like, oh dude, California's so easy. He caught 27 8 to how big? 12
pounds, yeah.
in a row. But like that's pretty rare. Like, that's a very unique experience. So,
well, look today, we were just talking with a kid yesterday, the drop plants stopped, and you don't see as many. But it's not over.
It's changed. It's just changed.
Just like it changed with you. It changed literally overnight that day.
Yes.
So who's to say that it won't change next year, It's not static, man.
And then the best part, not to rub it in, 2 weeks later we had a tournament there, totally different spot. Decided it was a worm spot that I found in practice. Decided to throw a HUD first cast. I caught 11 in a row. We set the record for one bass that year, forever. It was like 38 pounds.
Wow.
And 11 fish in a row. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, he's got so many of these insane stories, but really I'm excited to explore like the backstories to all this stuff. That's where the real like info is, guys. Not the stats. Stats are cool and all.
I got some good juice. Definitely got some good juice. And I will have to give credit to the crew. That was Paul Bailey, Sean Bailey, Dave Hollenbeck, Justin Kerr. It's having a group of guys that were all focused on the same thing. There were days where I would go, it would be my day to go to lake, and I was playing 3 days in a row. There's no bite, Sean. No bite. So he would go the fourth day and he would figure something out so random that all of us could do. So having the 4 guys working on the same thing, you would always find a new bite every week and stay on it. So the crew is like, it's a code group, I guess we call it.
Well, like with the Bluefin deal.
Yes.
You have a guy, we can only go Wednesday and Friday, but I got a guy out there Tuesday and Thursday, and then I got out there Monday and Friday. So, hey man, 5 miles northwest of where they were yesterday, you go there and they're there. And we tried this instead of that. And it worked a little better than that, and you saw it these last 3 years. I mean, you applied those same kind of things in the saltwater and had similar results.
You can't do it by yourself. You can go out there and catch a fish, but to stay on it and to succeed, you can't take the credit. All of it. I got to set the hook on it. I'll give the credit to the crew.
But the crew helped you guys all stay on that.
Stay on it for years. And I give the credit.
Some kid called me earlier today. Man, we call you the king of the kite. And I looked at him. I go, I don't even own a kite rig. I'm just the guy on the rod, man. It's the crew. I just got lucky enough to be part of it.
And I grow my saltwater crew. I need to grow that.
Yeah. I mean, that's relatively new to you, right?
Yeah, the last 3 years, I dove in head first. I fished tuna my whole life, but 3 years ago when I got really close, I got to do it out of my own boat. That's what changed it. Instead of being this on a cattle boat, I lost my desire because I was just a hired hand. I lost it. I was like bass fishing. But once I got to put that, I got to find them.
Piecing the puzzle yourself. The challenge.
Okay, it became a whole hunger thing again. Like, I'm going to catch a 200-pounder on my boat. I've caught 240s, but it has to be on my boat.
Absolutely.
So it made me so hungry, and it reinvigorated word I'm looking for there, but it made me
invigorated.
Thank you. My whole love of fishing. When I was getting up at 2, shaking, and I haven't had that since way back in the early tournament days. And I was shaking like, who's going to get 200-pounders today? So I was like,
I think that's an important lesson to show people because it's possible to be jaded, right, and like get worn out on just straight bass fishing, whether you're a tournament guy, whether you're chasing trophies. Like, I get burned out. So like, when I come home, I want to go fish with seeds and pull on some calicos and little spotted bay bass because I need that reinvigoration, like to reset myself and remind myself like why the fishing is so good.
And you notice it coming full circle that way too. You think you plateaued, right? Sure, maybe you have in your world. There's other worlds that you want to go. Some rapper says, I think it's Drake says, sometimes I wish I could go back, not to relive things, but just to do it twice. You know what I mean? Like, I needed that feeling again in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like a child. I want to go catch my first spotty again. I want to see what that's like.
Yeah, I did that walk in the bank with my boy. And like, dude, I was catching 7 and 8 inch spotties, and I didn't care. I was like,
stoked.
Dude, I caught one of these in 10 years. Like, that's cool. So, stay tuned. We're gonna get with this man and dive into some things. So, catch you guys later.
LRPs. Some of the best yet. Some of the best yet. They fight like that, like that, like that.
fire right on top.
Low fog, blast off, time to get some cast off. Doing this here for years, get my bass on. Stream mask on, putting in work. Snap back, got me focused, never settle on a shirt. I missed one and hit one, man, that's getting some. 2, 3, 4, 5 more, come on, that's ripping up. The way the basement's sticking,